Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a these products will self-destruct video. Last year I did a top 10 oldest cream and liquid products video in which I had to declutter the oldest products, but I could only save 2 of them. I was inspired by It's Just Steph, who was inspired by me on my book channel to switch up the concept a little bit and just rename this series to These Products Will Self-Destruct. So if you're interested in seeing some of the oldest makeup products I have in my collection, then just keep on watching. As I said, last year I did a top 10 oldest cream and liquid products video. There were 10 products in that video, obviously, and I saved 2 of those products with the goal to finish them in 2024, and I had to declutter / throw in the trash the other 8. So we're doing that again, but I'm also including some of my oldest powder products, which are actually the oldest products in my actual collection because powder lasts longer than cream. So as I said, the title of today's video is inspired by It's Just Steph. I think it is the perfect name. I think I'm doing mine just a smidge differently than she is because I already did a similar video concept with a different name last year. But to start off, I'm going to share the 2 products I saved from 2023. These I need to finish in 2024 or they officially need to go in the trash. So the first is my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Kathleen Lights. This is in my Rolling Project 10 pan. I am trying to finish this. There's a huge dip, a decent pan. I'm still not confident that this will actually be gone, but I am reaching for it often, and December 31st, whether it's an actual makeup empty or not, it has to go. Similarly with this Lord & Berry nude lip liner, however, I have been working so hard on this and it is now teeny tiny. This is the nude lip liner I reach for on an almost everyday basis. It is almost to the point where it's going to get lost in the cap here. I don't know how much further the actual lip pencil goes, but I'm really confident that this will actually be an empty. So I'm happy that I saved this one and it will be in my makeup empties for 2024. We're now going to move on to what is now my top 10 oldest cream and liquid products, similar to last year. Of these 10 products, I can only save 2 of them. The rest have to go in the trash at the end of the year because these are getting so old. And when I say oldest cream and liquid products, some of these are like 7+ years old. Like they are old, not like a year or 2 old. So I actually have 4 more Super Shock Shadows that are included in this category. I have the shade Couche, which I currently am working on in my Graveyard Project pan, I believe, and this might be a contender to keep and focus on. I really love this cool toned, like icy purple kind of shade. I also have Baby T, which is a matte navy. Probably won't keep this one, but do want to use it a few more times before I declutter it. Porter, which is a rich burgundy. And lastly, the only one that does not have a pan, this is Telepathy, which is a chartreuse color. So Telepathy and Porter were Kathleen Lights collabs, similarly to the other one, but these were in her second quad she did, and the Kathleen Lights one was in the first quad. So these are not quite as old as this. There's quite a lot of lip products in here, which definitely concerns me more than the Super Shock Shadows. The one other non-lip product is an eyeliner. This is the Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner in the shade Penny Lane, which is a beautiful copper. I cannot see how much is left in this. It's one of those where you roll it up and then there's like a sharpenable thing in the tip of the cap. And so I can't roll this back down. I should put this in a project because I feel like maybe this won't be too difficult to actually finish. It is very old. Does it say? I can't see where it says how much eyeliner would actually be in here, but it is something that I have reached for relatively frequently over the years, so I should get this in a project to use up. I believe the rest in the top 10 oldest cream and liquid are lip products. So I have an Essence lip liner. This is in the shade Soft Berry, which is a bit darker for an everyday shade. I would like to use this a bit more before decluttering, maybe in the fall, but I don't think this is one that I'm going to attempt to pan. It is kind of smelling like old makeup, a little bit woody. It is a wood lip liner, but the effort it would take to pan a dark berry lip liner, and this would give me like a $2 makeup empty value. And it's very old. Next, I have the NYX Butter Gloss in Apple Strudel. I did finish the one in Creme Brulee last year, so I feel like I could finish up this one as well. These are huge glosses though. They have 8 mils of product, and this is just a like peachy pink kind of color. This is a very comfortable lip gloss formula, so I might try and work on this as well. Again, if I'm only saving 2, I want them to be things that I am confident I will finish, if not this year, then next year. And if it's between, say, this gloss and another gloss included here is the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie in another neutral shade. This is Trailblazer. This would give me a higher makeup value for an empty, which does kind of play a role. This is more of a light peach color, and this is actually the gloss I am currently working on, the one I'm trying to finish up next. This is a full-size gloss. Once again, I don't know how much is in here, but hopefully this will be gone by the end of the year regardless. In my whole collection project pan, I am working on the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade 10 Nude Flush. One of the very oldest lip products, as is the point of this entire video, but this is like a liquefied lipstick, not like a matte liquid lipstick. It is a pretty pink shade, but not something I wear every day. I'm not feeling super confident that I will be able to finish this up. And the last oldest product I have is the Too Faced liquefied lipstick in the shade Chihuahua. So a similar formula to the Maybelline. These are not matte liquid lipsticks. This is a very beautiful color as well. Very similar colors here. Clearly this is what I was into at this time in my life. This has 5 mils of product, which is still quite a bit. The Maybelline has 7.7. For a liquid lipstick, I just don't know if I am going to be able to finish either of these, whether I have a full year from now or just the 6 months remaining in the year. I don't know. But those were the 10 oldest cream and liquid products. Let me know if you have any ideas on what you think I could finish this year in 2024, and what maybe I should work on more long term and be able to save going into 2025, which that is crazy. The second part to this video, more inspired by It's Just Steph's video, I have pulled the 5 oldest powder makeup products in my collection, and these ones have a variety of goals, and if I don't meet these goals then I should declutter them because 1, they're very old, and 2, I'm just not reaching for them in the ways that I think I should or thought I would. I'm feeling a little like Dr. Seuss. Okay, if you guys are familiar with my collection at all, you would know that the Urban Decay Sin Single Shadow is the absolute oldest makeup product in my entire collection. I do reach for this every single year a couple of times, but there's not really a dip. I'm never going to finish this, I feel like, but it still performs beautifully. I would like to use this, keeping in mind I have just 6 months left of the year now because I didn't film this in January. I would like to use this 10 times in the next 6 months in order to keep this into 2025. As long as I am reaching for this semi-consistently, 10 uses for a single shadow in a collection as big as mine, that's pretty significant in my opinion. So I would like to use this 10 times this year in order to be able to keep this. If I can't manage that, then I can pass this along since it is still in good condition. The next oldest product is my Tarte bronzer. This is the Park Avenue Princess bronzer, and as you can see by this pan, I'm well on my way. I have just rolled this into my rolling Project 10 pan, and my goal is to finish this. I would love to have this gone by the end of the year. I feel like I can do it if I stay focused. Now, does that mean, because technically that would mean that my goal is to finish it or it's gonna self-destruct. If I just have a tiny bit of bronzer left, I am gonna roll it into next year so I can have the makeup empty, but the point is to focus on it and try my best, which I am doing by having rolled it into my main project pan. So there is a big pan. It was just a mini. It only had 3 grams of bronzer in this compact. I have used it over 120 something times so far, so I'm feeling good about this one. I want it finished by the end of the year. Next, my oldest blush, you guys know, is the Model Co. Peach Bellini blush. Another blush I've used well over 120 something times. It has a pan in it. It is getting very old. This appears in my Graveyard Project pan every single year, and my goal is to use this at least 20 times this year. Again, just proving that I can pick away at it, that I continue reaching for it, and it's not the oldest blush in my collection and completely collecting dust. So as long as I use this 20 times, I can roll it into next year and keep rolling it over as long as the formula stays good, which so far it is. I would love to see that pan expand and be something a bit more substantial that we could see a little better on camera. That would be amazing since I've put so much time and effort into this blush. Next, we have another single shadow, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible shadow in the shade 2 Hourglass Beige. I've talked about this a bit on my channel, mainly recently in my No Pan Left Behind. Couldn't remember what project this was in. This is very beautiful, but I don't like the formula this is in this style packaging. It is a pigment and it's pressed with this stopper, but as soon as you get a brush in here, it kind of starts poofing up. It's a bit more loose, but that means like using a brush in here is a little bit tricky. It's a beautiful light champagne beigey kind of color, and once again, I think I should be able to use this 10 times or else declutter it. Whether that's pass it along because it's a powder product that is still really good formula-wise, or throw it in the trash. I need to prioritize some of these oldest items in order to justify keeping them in my collection. Single shadows are not something I reach for. Well, like individual shadows like these two are not something I reach for organically, but if I'm going to keep them, I need to use them. So 10 uses on each of these. And lastly, the next oldest product is my Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette. Now, I was working on this in my deck of painting project earlier this year, so I've already shown it a lot of love. I've successfully hit pan in light cocoa, but to up my goal a bit for this video project, I would like to have 100 total uses on this face palette in my makeup tracking spreadsheet by the end of the year. I used it 40 something times already in the first half of this year, putting me at 77 tracked uses. Now, I bought this in, I think, 2017, 2018, something like that. I could be totally off on that, who knows. But my makeup tracking spreadsheet started in 2020. So I've definitely used this more than 77 times since I've owned it, but it has 77 tracked uses. I would like to meet or surpass 100 tracked uses on this in order to justify keeping it. When I look at this, this is something that I would love to see 3 out of 4 have pans in it, maybe even finish a shade or 2, but I haven't been prioritizing this besides earlier this year hitting pan. So I need to use it, what is that, 23 more times. It's not currently in a project, so can I reach for this organically? Do I need to roll it into a project in the next month or two in order to meet that goal of 23 additional uses? We shall see. If I can't do that, I will declutter. So we chatted about the 10 oldest cream and liquid products that I will need to use up or declutter at least 8 of them by the end of the year. And then we also have my 5 oldest powder products with a variety of goals. Since I'm filming this so late, I only have a little bit over 6 months to complete these goals. I have known what my top 10 oldest cream and liquid products are since the beginning of the year, so that is why some of them have been appearing in project pans already, but now I'm feeling like the time is, disappearing. Let me know what you think I should focus on. Do you like this style of video? Do you think I have set realistic goals for myself? I'm not sure. Also, let me know if you would like a halfway point check-in in September, or just wrap things up at the end of the year and then roll this forward, and then we'll do, the next 10 oldest cream and liquid and 5 oldest powder products, etc. I think this is going to be good for me in getting some of these really old products out of my collection, because my collection is quite large, but it's also aging because the bulk of my makeup purchasing was 2016, 17, 18, and probably 2019 as well. And then I've dwindled off since I discovered project panning a bit more, but I have a lot of old stuff that I need to prioritize using up before it goes bad. That is enough rambling from me. Thank you so much to Steph for the inspiration for this video idea that I could combine with one that I've already done. This was so much fun. If you guys don't follow Steph, which I'm sure you do because I talk about her all the time, please do check her out. She will be linked in my description box. She is my absolute favorite and I miss her so much. I can't wait to see her face in person again. Wow, I am in a chatty mood apparently. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!